So here are three things I wish I knew before I lost 130 pounds. And this first one might, blow your mind just a little bit. So this first one is time, right? And what I mean by this is you have the time to lose the weight, but you also have to treat it as a time duration goal. So I know that sounds confusing, but let me get into it. You need to be in a 500 to 1,000 calorie deficit to make the deficit sustainable, meaning you're not going to be giving up your favorite foods. You shouldn't really feel like you're dieting or you're eating chicken, broccoli, rice every single day. Because if you're eating in a 500 to 1,000 calorie deficit, chances are you can still enjoy the foods that you like because your calorie deficit goal is not that low. Now, with this said, you just need to be able to adhere to this goal long enough to get to your goal body weight. So 500 calories per day in a deficit is 1 pound per week. If you do 1,000, that's 2 pounds per week. Now, if you're someone that is starting off higher body weight of think like 250 pounds and above, just stick within that calorie deficit range because you can still eat the food you like, and it should never really feel like you are trying a diet or you're trying to cut out certain foods. It's simply you're being conscious of your decisions, you're tracking your food, you're being meticulous, and you will lose the weight eventually over time. This is what matters, okay? Nothing else is gonna matter in terms of getting you to that right direction of weight loss. Now, the other thing you have to understand about time is if you're losing 1 pound per week, that means you're gonna be losing 52 pounds over the whole year, right? Nothing crazy about it. But a lot of people, start off be like, oh, how much weight can I lose right away? I can lose 15 pounds a month. I can lose 20 pounds a month, but it doesn't really work like that. And chances are if you did lose that amount of weight, a lot of it is water weight. It's just your body fluctuating to your patterns, to your eating habits, to your fluid levels. All those different things play a role in your body weight. And realistically speaking, if you're tracking your food, you are being active, you know your calorie deficit range, it's just a matter of time before you reach your goals. And here's the thing, you have the time to lose the weight. There's gonna be birthday parties, there's gonna be outings, there's gonna be times when you cheat on your diet. And chances are you're gonna be going over your calorie limit for that day. And you're gonna do it multiple times a year. But the big deal is, it isn't a big deal. You have the time to lose the weight. Just, chalk it up to another solid week the next week and you'll be okay. And then after that week, you'll have another solid week and then a week and then a week. And then guess what? You may go over your calories one day, get back on it the next day. It doesn't really matter, right? Because you're in a consistent calorie deficit. You have the time to lose the weight. There is no big bodybuilding competition. There's no big performance competition that you have to adhere to. Just focus on sticking to that calorie deficit range that makes it sustainable and do it over a prolonged time. It's gonna make losing weight a whole lot of heck easier. So the second thing here is days off. And if you're watching this video, I'm sorry to say, but there is no days off. There's no days where you just go, I'm gonna eat whatever I want. You have to understand that everything you're consuming, every calorie that goes into your body, it counts. Yes, you can go on vacation. Yes, you can go over your calorie limit like I was talking, but it's gonna come down to the net balance of calories in versus calories out every single week. And if you're okay with the fact of slowing down your progress for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, however long you decide to be out of your deficit, it's totally cool. And don't feel like you have to be losing weight all the time, right? And this goes back to my main point. You have the time to lose the weight. So technically speaking, there are really no days off with weight loss. You are either in a calorie deficit, at a maintenance, or in a slight surplus or a big surplus, whatever it is, right? At the end of the day, you have to eat food somehow. So you have to understand that there's really no days off. It's like saying you're gonna stop breathing. It's saying like you're gonna stop eating, right? It doesn't work like that. You're gonna be eating food regardless, and either you're gonna be in a calorie deficit, continuing, trying to lose weight, or you're not. And that's just how it is. And don't think if you're outside of your calorie deficit that all progress is lost, your body weight's gonna shoot up 20 pounds. It may fluctuate higher because of, more calories, more food volume, more carbohydrates. More often than not, when you're eating out and you're eating more calories than you think, you're often consuming more sodium, and this is gonna cause your body weight to increase. So you have to understand that these are all different variables in the weight loss process, but there really are no days off when you're trying to lose weight. And this third thing here about weight loss is have fun with it. It doesn't have to be this dreadful venture where you're torturing yourself by eating only certain food groups and exercising this amount every single day, right? What is actually going to get you towards that end goal is making the process fun and almost like gamifying it, right? So if you need to have a cheat meal or reward yourself after, say, 8 to 12 weeks of counting your calories every single day, adhering to your calorie deficit goal, and then you know exactly what that meal is going to be like at the end of it, go for it. Go for a maintenance day. Take a break. Go for a maintenance week. Make it fun, right? Don't feel like you have to torture yourself during the process. And the same goes for like working out and getting your cardio in, right? chances are, if you're not liking cardio, find a form of cardio that you like. Either like go with a friend, find a new exercise equipment, find a different place to go do it, find a different gym. These are all things that you can kind of do to make working out or make the process a little bit more pleasurable. The other thing that I like to do actually is get a new piece of clothing and a new supplement. If I'm feeling stale in the process of losing weight or working towards my fitness goals, get some new gym apparel, get something nice, get something that feels good, get something that you like with the color, right? And then, on that Friday, maybe you got an arm workout lined up and you're like, man, I can't wait to put on my new gym shirt. I can't wait to get a nice pump in. And that's what kind of makes the process, you could say, spice it up a little bit. You look forward to the workouts more often. And the same goes for like food. Say like, okay, I'm gonna get some pre-workout carbohydrates in. I'm gonna eat that bowl of cereal that I really like because the bowl of cereal is gonna optimize my performance. Or I'm gonna try out this different candy for a solid bicep pump. These are all things you can do to spice up the process of losing weight and working towards your fitness goals. It doesn't have to be, oh, I have to go to the gym today to lose the weight. Oh, I have to go do my cardio. First, that's a big misconception. You get to work out, you get to do your cardio, right? But the second thing here is you can kind of gamify the process, right? You'd be like, okay, how many days do I have to do consistently before I treat myself to a new pre-workout? Or how many days consistently do I have to do before I go get that cheeseburger from that cheeseburger place that just opened up? These are all things you can keep in mind that will help you stay on track for your weight loss. But these are just 3 things I thought I would share that would help you guys with your weight loss journey. And if you guys are looking for a little extra help, you can book a call down below. It'll be a one-on-one call and I will help you with your current situation, see where you're at currently. And if I think we're a good fit, offer you the chance to work together. Take care and have a good day.